Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, I'm in Denver, not really well.
Oh, no. Shoot, was this a vacation trip or
No, it's a work trip.
it's for work and you're just not feeling good? Dang it. Oh, that's
No, not feeling good at all, but oh well.
cute. Is
But I
it
did good for dinner. I had a veggie burger with no bun, piece of cheese, and some vegetables, and that was dinner.
you're rocking it? Good job. That's awesome. I really like veggie burgers. Some of them are really good. I've had some not so good ones, but I have had some really good ones. So that's awesome. So let's see, who else is calling in? Is that Jeff?
That's me.
There's two call-ins. Who's the other one?
Frank.
Frank?
Yes.
Okay, I can't hear you. Cool. All right, well, we'll give everyone like one more minute and then we'll get started. Frank, how's the week going so far?
I started about 3 days ago, so it's been pretty good.
Yeah, did you get a chance to watch the week 1 call?
I did.
Cool.
I'm trying to catch up with also week 2.
Awesome. So what do you think so far?
So far, so good.
Good.
Good start.
Okay, awesome. Good. Well, tonight we're going to dig in with going into the different food categories that we've presented so far, and give you some more ideas on how to do, your different meals and everything. And I'm also going to give you some tips on meal prep. So that should be helpful. You should walk away tonight with some fresh ideas and feeling good. So, you guys are calling in. Do you guys see the screen I'm sharing? Rachel, can you see the screen I'm sharing? Or that I'm going to be sharing? I have to share it first. Let's see. Minimize this. And then you guys are just on your phone. If you have a laptop, you'll be able to see the screens that I'm pulling from. But you just click on the same link instead of the call-in. So I don't know if that's helpful for you guys or not, but I will still email out this recording as well. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to get to my folder. Almost there. Okay, oh, and Frank, I don't have my phone by me, but you were asking some feedback on your dinner. So I remember your breakfast looked pretty solid. Lunch looked pretty solid if your sandwich was like chock full of veggies. Do you like a lot of veggies on your Subway sandwich? Is he still here? Oh, I wonder if he got disconnected. Okay, we'll wait for him to hop back on. Okay, so let's get started. Week 3. I'm excited, you guys. We're going to talk about some awesome stuff. So first off, the mental mindset shift for tonight is taking those I have tos and turning them into I choose to. And this carries through everything. This isn't just nutrition. This is like everything in our life. And if you catch yourself, like even starting tonight, it slips out and you're going to say, I have to, da-da-da, I have to, da-da-da. And when we say I have to, there's immediately this emotional pushback on ourselves. And it makes us feel powerless, like you just have to go do something. It's not really something that you want to do. And so a lot of times when we're in this mindset of I have to lose weight to be healthy, I have to, for me, take my kids to school. I have to drive them everywhere. And just switching that to I choose to. I choose to lose weight. I choose to drive my kids. It's going to make you really a lot more positive. So, and it's not going to make you procrastinate as much. Okay, let's see. I'm going to hurry. I just hear some background. Frank, I can't mute you. So if you can mute you, that will be good. Weird. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, we're going to move forward with that. So I choose to eat better. Rachel, tonight with your cheesy bread, you know, I choose to have this tonight, and this is going to be really yummy, and I'm excited about it. And then you're going to eat it, and you're going to enjoy it, and keep that positive mindset. So, and that goes on the flip side, right? Of I can't have this or whatever. So food tracking check-in. So Frank asked earlier, back on his food for the day. So Frank, do you like your Subway sandwiches chock full of veggies, or what does your sandwich usually look like?
It has veggies, especially the lettuce.
Cool. Yeah, when I go to Subway, lately I've been getting their wraps. Their wraps are pretty yummy, and I like the rotisserie chicken in it. But I will, I'll say everything, and they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, everything and extra spinach, please. And they're like, we're not going to be able to really wrap this that well. And I'm like, that's okay. It'll fall apart. I'll take a fork. So, yeah, just leading with the veggies, just like we said. So that's awesome. And so I think that's the only thing I'd point out for your dinner was the lack of veggies. What's that?
How about mayonnaise in a sandwich? What do you recommend?
So the straight up answer is mayonnaise is mostly fatty, right? It does add a good flavor to it. If you love mayonnaise, I'd say keep the mayonnaise for now. Maybe try to go light on the mayonnaise, or have them put it on the side and you can spread it themselves, because sometimes those Subway people are like, right? You're like, holy cow, I just wanted a little bit. So you could always just ask for it like on the side and put it on yourself. But when I'm eating sandwiches at home, I've actually replaced most of my mayonnaise with plain yogurt, and I don't really taste it anymore. At first it was a little bit odd, but it still gives that moistness to the sandwich. So you could try, like if you're making a sandwich at home, you could try some mayonnaise as a replacement there. And that's pretty much what I use. That's what I use for my tuna fish too. If I want to mix in and make it creamy, I use plain yogurt. So, yeah, that's a good question. And the cheese and mayonnaise will usually jack up the calorie count on your sandwiches. And so, yeah, I'd even say over time, choose one or the other, or if you choose for that to be your treat for that day, then awesome, go for it. It's all about finding that balance that still gives you the weight loss results that you want. And that's what I really love about this program, is that I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to put you in the right direction. I'm going to give you the tools and the game plan, but I don't want you to feel restricted. I don't want you to walk into Subway and feel like, I can't get mayonnaise, I can't get cheese, because what's going to happen over time? You're going to end up getting mayonnaise and cheese because you're telling your brain, I can't have that, I can't have that. And so, yeah, just finding that flexibility that really works for you, that's going to still aid your weight loss, is going to be driving your ways of eating in and of itself. Does that make sense? Maybe. Yeah, cool. All right. So Rachel, have there been any little successes that you've had this past week that you would like to share with us? I'm going to unmute you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Sorry, I've got a baby in my arms, so I don't have my camera on. But
Hi, baby.
Sorry. So yes, I felt like I made some improvements. I've had little sleep, which has been hard just because both my kids have been sick. And so comfort food has been really on my mind quite a bit. But I snacked less this week, which was good. But I still think I need to keep working on that. Just the mindless snacking throughout the day when the days feel long and tedious and,
Yeah.
you know, but if I focus on my water, then I tend to snack less, which has been good. And then I'm getting some really good meals leading with veggies, which has been really great.
Good. Yeah, you guys are doing so great. I'm so proud of all of you. And something that I can't remember if I pointed this out or not, it's helped me a lot with my snacking, has been to take out the word snacking and just change it to snack. Like, I'm going to have a morning snack, and start your snack and end your snack and walk away and move on with your day. And same with the afternoon, is just make it a snack. And then eat it, get satisfied, you know, lead with the veggies, get some protein, get a carb in there, and get full and satisfied so you're not like constantly going back for more. You know what I mean? So so that's really helped me. Hopefully that helps you as well. So Jeff, I'm going to have you reflect for us. Is there anything that you feel you could have done differently? Or planned ahead? How has it been? I know you're traveling away right now, so that can be tricky. Did you pack along any nutrition options for yourself? I'm unmuting you now. Okay, go ahead.
I just brought some protein bars because that was the only really thing I could bring on the airplane, because I didn't put it in the luggage bin. I just carried on. You can't bring a lot on. Mine is just trying to track what I'm doing. That's my hardest part. I got to get into the thing of tracking what I'm doing, so I see what I can and can't, or what I have eaten and what I need to watch. That's my biggest issue.
Yeah. So if you've been trying to do like an app and it isn't working well for you, honestly, what works best for my brain is just pen and paper, because I keep it by my bed. And then at the end of the day, I'm just like, oh, I didn't track, like, you know, and so I can look back over the day and it's still pretty fresh in my mind if I've forgotten through the day. Otherwise, you know, since I am a stay-at-home mom, I'll keep a paper in the kitchen and it's just on the counter there. And that's been super effective for me. Otherwise, I found with the apps, I'll be good for like a few days or a week. And then I just kind of forget about it for whatever reason. So, yeah, pen and paper is more in my face, I think. So I don't know if that will help you or not. But they have, you know, like at $1 and stuff, they have the little pads of paper that might be handy as like a little pocket tracker. So just a couple of for you. But yeah, if you're not quite in the drive yet, I'd try a different angle and see if you can lock that in. Hey, I didn't know you were here and I saw your head in the video. It kind of freaked me out. Briggs is here. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay, what's up, man?
So everyone is ready for you to come and snuggle.
Okay, I'll be up after my call. All right?
Okay.
I love
how
you.
many minutes?
It's about 25 more minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so planning ahead. Is there anything that you guys have in your future that you can plan for? So maybe it's Friday night plans or Saturday night plans. You already know the restaurant you're going to. A good example would be to pull up the menu ahead of time. And there is an app. I've been searching through my fitness magazines because I told you guys they had those highlighted apps. One of the apps was specific for a restaurant, and you plug in the restaurant and it actually gives you recommendations that are healthy. Isn't that cool? So I'll keep looking. Maybe you guys can find that on your own. If you do, put it in our group thread. So, all right, we're going to move on because I've got a lot to talk through. I have a food log from someone last session. Oh, I hope these are going to work to click. Let's see. Okay, good. So I just wanted to walk us through a food journal. I really hope this will work. Oh, no. Okay, it's working. All right, so this is just a food journal, and we're going to walk through it together, and then I want you to share maybe one or two feedback things that you guys see, and then I went through and annotated on it so you could kind of see through my eyes, my goggles. That was my that was my thing with sharing that. So for breakfast, we have water, coffee with milk, 2 scrambled eggs, 2 pieces of wheat toast with margarine and orange fig preserves, and some orange juice. Based on our 50-50 breakfasts, what would be your guys' recommendation? I'm going to go ahead and unmute everyone, and we'll see. If there's too much feedback, I'll mute you guys again. But okay. Do you guys have any recommendations for this person?
Orange juice, I think you could do without orange juice and just stick with the coffee.
That's an easy one to cut, isn't it? It's usually like 120 or 150 calories, mostly all sugar. Like any juice that you get is just the sugar and water pulled from our fruit. That's perfect. Another thought is with margarine, it's just, I believe, hydrogenated oils, which are man-made oils. So I'd say if he does want to spread, go with some butter and get rid of the margarine that has been linked to some not so good stuff for our body. So awesome, Frank. And then mid-morning, water and coffee with milk. All right, that kind of works if it's working for them. Lunch, turkey sandwich on whole wheat bread with mayonnaise, mustard, and lettuce, 1/2 cup black cherry yogurt over 1/2 a banana and blueberries, and water. Do you guys have any thoughts? And there's 2 ways to look at this too, because if this person is on a weight loss journey, we could start to tweak quite a few things. This person in particular is actually more in a maintenance mode, which, you know, if they're maintaining weight and this is their diet, then I could give them a couple pointers. But overall, if they're liking the way that, you know, their turkey sandwiches are, then I'd say that's great. Keep with it. I think the simple one on this would be if they are on a weight loss journey and are open to the idea of cutting the mayonnaise, then that's an easy way to save some calories. And then taking the hat off, right? An open-faced sandwich is going to help balance that, especially since there's bananas and blueberries and probably sugar with the black cherry flavored yogurt. So you're getting carbs with the bread, carbs with the sugar in the yogurt, and carbs with the banana and berries. So there's actually a lot of carbs in that lunch. And if they could double down on lettuce and have that be the hat of the sandwich, that'll help balance out and put some more vegetables into their lunch. So that would be my feedback on that one. Mid-afternoon, 5 low-fat wheat crackers and some cheese. That's awesome. What do you guys think? Would you have any tips for their snack? I'm trying to unmute. Rachel, I can't unmute you for some reason. I keep clicking it. Oh,
sorry, I keep going muted because of my child. So
fine.
That was intentional on my side.
So what are your thoughts for the snack?
Maybe substitute the wheat crackers for some like sweet peppers or something like that and boost up some veggies there.
Yeah, or just add veggies to it, right? Lead with the veggies and then have the cheese, and that's going to be some protein like string cheese or something like that is really low on fat, high protein. And then those wheat crackers are going to be great fiber-filled carbohydrates. Triscuits are good. Wheat thins are good. You're just going to look for, that whole wheat factor. You guys are nailing it. Good job. And then how about dinner? So we have a bowl of chili. We have ground beef, red beans, peppers, onion, celery, tomato, corn. Really just hearty and yummy. That sounds so good. 2 spinach enchiladas. And, you know, with those tortillas, spinach, cream cheese, onions, jack cheese, water, a beer, water, and then that black cherry yogurt again. So, again, this person was in maintenance mode. So I just give a couple pointers, like maybe go with fat-free cream cheese or low-fat cream cheese. If this person was in weight loss mode, what would you guys recommend? So Frank, I'm gonna pick on you for this one. What do you think?
I would cut the beer and go with tequila instead.
Ah, there you go. That's a good idea.
I would just cut the beer completely,
Yeah. So beer, and this is actually later in this slide. Alcohol you can kind of think of as liquid bread. So it's okay to have a beer once in a while. And like I said, that catchphrase of sweet, it's my treat. We're going to talk through that catchphrase next week a little bit more. But I think you get the gist of it that, if this is a night that he wants a beer, that's awesome. Enjoy the beer. Don't have any guilt while you're having the beer, and make it a positive thing and enjoy it, and then try to push it off for a couple nights. With the chili, again, I think it's a really great, wholesome option. With the red beans that are in it, you're getting some fibrous carbohydrates there. So we're just kind of watching the carbs, because carbs have a way of sneaking into things. So chili is actually a really great choice for lunch, because you've got the red beans, and then the corn is actually a fibrous carbohydrate as well. And so then tacking on some enchiladas, and I don't know if it was white or corn tortillas. I've switched to mainly corn tortillas just to keep the fiber higher. I barely ever use flour tortillas anymore. So the enchiladas, you've just got another dose of carbohydrates there. But the spinach, cream cheese, onions, jack cheese, it all sounds delicious. And then with those two different cheeses, you've just got a little bit heavy on the flavor pop, right? So, and then with the yogurt, again, you're getting another good source of protein, and then some more carbs with the sugar, because sugar in yogurt is usually pretty high. So overall, we need more veggies, right? So maybe instead of those enchiladas, a side salad, or what's another Mexican side dish I've done? I've just been eating squash like crazy lately, because spaghetti squash is in season and it's cheap and it's yummy. So I'm having crazy amounts of spaghetti squash. Like last night we had sloppy joes, and I just did the sloppy joe meat over the spaghetti squash, and it was so good, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's one of my favorite meals. And then the kids get their they just do it on bread, and that's fine. Okay, so we basically talked through. Go ahead. What?
I got a question. Yeah, so based on that daily menu that you just showed, how many calories per day is that, do you think?
This person didn't share too much on serving sizes, so I don't have a good answer for you. My guess would be that he's landing around 2,200, maybe 2,500 calories. So yeah, here's all my annotations, but you guys nailed it. That was really good. But yeah, if you have more questions and you want to kind of figure out where your calorie range is, I can help you with that. But what you're going to find with this system is if you're leading with you go water for the win and leading with the veggies, you're going to start to see weight loss, and you don't even have to really nail in on calorie counting so much. So, but yeah, I can help you outside of that if that's something you're interested in. Okay, so I just wanted to reiterate a game plan for upcoming celebrations. When I put the slide show together, originally it was right before the holidays, but still you're going to have Valentine's dinners, you're going to have family celebrations, you're going to have potlucks that you're going to, and it's all the same, which is so awesome because we get to walk into these places and you have a game plan, and it has changed my life for reals. So right here you're seeing Thanksgiving dinner, and on the left side, what I did for Thanksgiving dinner in particular is I kind of just flip-flopped my lunch and dinner. I knew I was going to be going to a large meal for dinner, so I made my lunch that day 75% veggies and 25% protein. And then I went for dinner and dished it up as 50% veggies, 25% protein, and that 25% fibrous carbohydrate. And you can see the difference from plate to plate, right? So these are just typical ones I pulled off of the internet as just typical Thanksgiving dinners. And to be honest, that's what my plate used to look like. And so this was this year's Thanksgiving. I still did, cranberries on top. That's going to be kind of sugary. So that's a kind of a fun, sweet, that's my treat carbohydrate right there. And then I had some mashed potatoes and gravy and some of my dad's famous stuffing. So yummy. So I really feel like you can still enjoy those things that you enjoy. And guess what? I did go back for a second plate and I just started with water. I chugged down a cup of water and then I got a little bit of veggies on my plate first and a little bit of protein and then a little bit of the carb that I wanted. So I just went back and repeated the system. So I love this visual so much. So the picture on the left, I think of with like popcorn at the movie theater. So there's, just so much oil. And yeah, popcorn does have a little bit more fiber than that's showing. But nonetheless, it's a great visual. So we have kind of this empty stomach with the oil at the bottom, 400 calories of oil, and then maybe a quarter full of, the stomach visual with 400 calories of chicken. And then our last stomach is showing 400 calories of vegetables and it's totally full. So this is the fun part. I'm going to have to talk so fast, but hopefully this gives you some great ideas. And I'll share this PDF file in the email I'll send out. But so vegetables, like we talked about in that first week or the second week, keeping veggies that you can just grab and go are so crucial. Look for veggies to be the base of your dinner meals and swap stuff out. So zucchini is a really easy base. Squash is a really easy base. We've talked about cauliflower and cauliflower rice. Cabbage is another thing that you can maybe start to try to implement. You can actually make cabbage steaks where you slice up a cabbage, put some olive oil on them and season them up, and then you just roast them in the oven. And you get this big chunk of veggies in a new way. So anytime you're doing rice, I just swap in that cauliflower rice. If you do love brown rice, it's a good option at lunchtime. But for dinner, just using cauliflower rice or the shirataki rice. I don't know if you guys have heard of the miracle noodle or miracle rice. That's been a new venture for me. If you're interested, I always feel like if it's healthy, I'll try anything once, But I was pretty impressed with the miracle noodle. It was, stinky at first, but it cooks out. So that was good. And then instead of your noodles, do zoodles, or they have awesome, what is it? It's like a spinach noodle type thing. So you can actually get veggie based noodles where it's like 50% veggies. So that's kind of cool. And then replacing where you do potatoes, using root vegetables like radishes or celery root. And if you're not familiar with these, because I didn't used to be either, you can just YouTube videos like how do I prepare radishes or how do I make like radish French fries. And I've used radishes more in soups instead of potatoes and stuff like that. So that's been really delicious. And the French fries they're spicy. It's kind of fun to try. So you guys will have to just try some different recipes with vegetables. You don't have to like it all. You don't even have to try it all. Hey, Tina, how are you?
Good. It looks like I try. I will see if I can do the video.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. So we're just talking through some different menu options. These are new for this session. So good timing. Okay, so tips for protein, eggs. I love eggs, and I definitely go on these waves of like eggs for a month, and then I'm like, okay, no more eggs for a little bit. But I forgot to point out on that last slide. So vegetables, just to reiterate, the purpose of vegetables, we get vitamins and minerals for all parts of your body. It's going to boost your immune system. So good for you, as you know. And the purpose in like with weight loss is that they give us satiety. So just like that previous picture, you're going to feel really full, and you can eat so many veggies. Like you could have 10 cups of cauliflower rice that's equivalent to 1 cup of regular rice. And so you can go back for more and have more and get really full and satisfied when you're having so many more vegetables, which I love. I love to eat. So I love my veggies. So Timson's protein, eggs, I keep on hand all the time. I buy the big cases like from Costco. And then a lot of times I'll keep the egg whites just in the carton in my fridge as well. So protein is going to be the building blocks for your body. They break into amino acids, if you've heard that term before. So they are active enzymes for your digestion. They are the catalysts for different, what's the word I'm looking for? Chemical reactions in your body. So let's see, we've got our 10-minute mark happening. Okay, 9:12. I'm not going to get cut off this week. I'm on it. Okay, so they give us satiety for the long run. So your vegetables are going to fill you up, and then your body kind of is able to burn through those vegetables pretty quickly. When you add protein to your meals, that's going to keep you fuller longer, because you want to have a big meal and you want to feel full and you want to move on with your day. You don't want to be starving 2 hours later. So that's why it's super important to put protein into our diet, give it the building blocks it needs so you can do everything that you need to in your day. So moving down the line, dairy gives awesome amounts of protein. So as you're shopping for your different dairy, check the nutrition label, and this is where you're going to spot more protein than carbs, than fat. A lot of cheeses, they're neck and neck, and that's okay. Those are going to be more of your flavor pops, but go for the low-fat cottage cheese. Watch the sugar. I've even gotten plain yogurt, and I didn't check the nutrition label, and I got home, and sugar was like 40 grams on plain yogurt. I was like, what are they doing? That's ridiculous. So take a look at those containers before you walk out of the store. Chicken and turkey, there's so many pre-cooked options if you don't love to cook like me. I will get into meal planning in just a second if I have time. But look for your deli meats and rotisserie chicken. I always keep on hand. I love it. And then even the non-pre-cooked stuff, chicken thighs and drumsticks are great to toss on the grill and, roast in the oven and have them on hand. Chicken breasts are obviously a great option. They're a little bit more lean than the chicken thighs and drumsticks. Ground turkey, usually this is frozen in my freezers. You can make meatballs with it and burgers. You can toss it in the skillet and with some cauliflower rice, even crack an egg in there. You can stir fry it. So great options there. Red meat, I'm sure you guys know how savory red meat can be. And think of it as a treat. Try to have it 1 or 2 times a week. Red meat is higher in cholesterol, higher in fat, still really yummy and satisfying. So I love my red meat. Like last night, it was great. And then moving to fish. So I have tuna, salmon, and tilapia in my freezer right now. Fish is so awesome because it defrosts quickly. Frozen shrimp, I've got that in my freezer right now. And that is such an easy meal. When you guys are stumped with what to make for dinner, toss the frozen shrimp in your pan and you're going to have a yummy meal. My kids love shrimp. It's kind of funny. Callie's she's like double fisted. It's awesome. But yeah, those are great options to have on hand. And then with canned tuna, I recommend canned light tuna. Albacore, I guess, is like a bigger fish, and so it collects more mercury because it lives longer. So the canned light tuna is a really good option. There is a Naruto roll if you ask your favorite sushi place, and they actually wrap it in cucumber. So instead of a bunch of rice, you're going to get some veggies, laid with the veggies with your sushi. But I love sushi. Yellowtail, salmon, snapper, so good for you. And then the recommendation for fish is 1 to 2 times per week. So that's actually my main nutrition goal for the year because I like fish, but Dee doesn't. And so far we've been pretty good. I've had it at least once a week. So that's been good. And I was actually reading today, they've linked it with higher IQ scores in children. So if I can get my kids to eat some fish, then that'd be good. They do like salmon. Vegan options, you've got edamame, tofu, and tempeh. Just watch for, if you are having burgers and stuff like that, watch for how much protein. A lot of them get carb heavy. So aim for like 10 grams of protein in a serving. And then I have a Shakeology Daily. There's also something through Beachbody called Daily Sunshine, and it's a really good balanced snack with the macros that your body needs. So, okay. Oh my gosh, 4 minutes. Okay. Tips for fibrous carbohydrates. So the purpose of carbohydrates, we've kind of got 3 branches of this carbohydrate gig going on. So we have sugar, we have starches, and we have fiber. And so that fiber one is what we keep honing in on, right? We want the high fiber carbohydrates to fuel our body right. But carbohydrates are your brain, like it is their preferred source of energy. The carbohydrates floating through your blood is what makes your brain roll. So we need carbohydrates in our body for sure. And then you need it for movements. And if you are doing athletic activity, you need those carbohydrates on hand to really perform well. So, we've got potatoes, corn, butternut squash. I think this is when I first started with honing in on my nutrition, I was like, why is sweet potatoes at the top of my carbohydrates list? Like, where are my noodles? And that was hard for me to wrap my head around. But these are higher on the carbs than fiber. And so if you look at this bold portion here, I've got this awesome point. I'm going to have to skip through this part. But where is it? Right here. What you're going to want is about 10 grams per 10 grams of carbs. You want at least 1 gram of fiber. So that's a good thing to look for on your bread, on your, I guess that's kind of the main part where I'm looking at the store, because beans are always going to be super high in fiber. Your wild rice, oatmeal, those are going to be high in fiber. What you have to watch out for with oatmeal is just making sure you have at least the same or more fiber as sugar. So a lot of the instant oats have tons of sugar in them. So yeah, oh, that got pushed. That's supposed to be down here. So I'm going to just fast forward a little bit. We already talked about alcohol and the juice earlier on. So pretty much all of those other, starchy or just high in sugar things, you guys, there is room for treats in any good diet. Not, if you go to a place and you have some cake, that's awesome. Just think of it sweet. It's my treat, and move on. And we're going to talk through some other ways to help you with carbohydrates, I think next week. Some good tactics to keep you on point. So I'm going to leave it at that. You notice I did not have a slide for the flavor pops, but I feel like we kind of touched on that pretty well with week 2. So keep your flavor pops if it's fats. So you're going to go for like a tablespoon or 2. I usually, when I'm cooking, I'll just drizzle it in the lid of my olive oil lid and then cook with that. So I'm not just dumping olive oil in. With my avocado, I'll usually just figure out a quarter of it, or you can scoop it out and kind of make it golf ball size. So those are really good visuals that have helped keep me, keeping the fats in check. But just choosing when to do those is the most important, I think. Okay, we've got my 1, 2, 3 method for meal prep. I give you 2 different things going on here. So 1, 2, 3 meal prep is picking 1 breakfast, 2 lunches, and let's see. I don't know if I shared this with you guys last time. Okay, so you see beef lettuce wraps, beef lettuce wraps, beef lettuce wraps. So I've got those 2 and then chicken curry basically. So I just picked 2 lunches through the week, 1 breakfast that's just gonna carry me through, except that one doesn't have 1 breakfast. Dang it. I was trying to find a good example. And then 3 dinners that you repeat through. So this is just an example meal plan that I put together. Apparently it's not perfect with my 1, 2, 3 because I get I like variety with my breakfasts. So I kind of do a 2-2-3. But this has been really successful for a lot of my challengers. They'll just hone in on one breakfast for the week, and the simplicity really can help your brain as you're getting going with meal prepping. The 1 to 4 method, this is more commonly what I do just with my meats and veggies overall. So it's picking basically one big meat that you want to roast up, and then one veggie that you want to roast up, and then just rolling through, just keeping it simple. So like I said, I'm going to give you guys these. You can check it out. And you can see I did beef here, so I did healthy sloppy joes. That's what we had last night. And then used the beef I already cooked for lettuce wraps, Taco Tuesday, and then like a spaghetti meat sauce. So that just makes it so simple, I think. So you guys can look through those. Okay, all right, I'm going to end it here. You guys can